Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Stunned and numb. How did this happen? Needs support. So I am that guy that everyone is jealous of, saying they cannot believe what an amazing marriage I have after 25 years. I am the guy who advises others about infidelity in their marriage. I am the guy that knows my wife will never cheat on me, so I can be free and safe in all things in my marriage. I am the guy whose wife tells me that her divorced friends say all the time that they are jealous of how well I treat her and that she better not mess this up. Somehow I am now the guy that discovered today that my wife had an affair last year. I confronted her. She at first said it was an emotional affair. I pressed, and 10 minutes later she almost had sex and did fool around with him. 30 minutes later they had sex once, but it was awful. Every time she swore on our kids, our dogs, on anything and everything, that there was nothing more. An hour later it was they had sex 3 times, but that's really the end, and she is now finally telling the truth. The drip 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 of information. I never thought it would be me in this position. It's truly blindsiding and destabilizing, isn't it? I had previously made all the same statements you did. On year 18 my reality came crumbling down. It was so hard to believe the person I loved above all others, who I gave 100% of myself to every day of my life, who had millions of opportunities to betray me, and never did, who made me believe that she was the one person I could believe in, that would give me faith in others, shattered my illusions so suddenly and violently with her infidelity. There's lots of advice I could give, but since things are fresh, here's all I can recommend right now. Take care of you, eat, exercise, get space from your wife, and get into individual counseling ASAP. You will be in shock for some time. This is traumatic. Do not leave the house. If need be, get her to stay with family so you can have your space. It's the least she can do right now. Do not offer reconciliation right now. You need to sit with this and process your situation without the panicking, knee-jerk reaction some people have, who then try to restore a sense of normalcy. Not a good idea in the long run. Do not drink, do drugs, and remove anything you may use to numb yourself. See a lawyer. You need to be informed about what life would look like in divorce. You may not go down that route, but be informed and know all your options before you make your decisions. I'm so sorry you are here. You deserve better than this. Follow the points until your shock wears off. If you don't know what to do, read these points. This is the way. I hope you all find peace, love, and healing. You will be in shock for some time. This is traumatic. It absolutely is. And to a certain extent, it's a self-induced trauma. We delude ourselves every time we fall in love. We actually believe that the relationship is different, special. That she would never do anything like that, she only has eyes for me. That's why we're so blindsided that it's actually traumatic. People tell me I'm jaded for not believing in the fantasy that you can 100% trust someone else, but from what I see and have personally experienced, all the normies in love are the crazy ones. So sorry op. I was married 18 years when I found out. When and how did you find out? Are you going to ask for a divorce? You absolutely need to consult a lawyer tomorrow, Monday morning. She has been lying to you every day for over a year. You don't know the whole truth. Is he married? OBS has to and needs to know. Do not touch her again, and she has to leave the house. If she won't go, she must move to a different room. Tell her you will be researching lie detector tests in your area. Start the 180, only talk to her about kids and finances, nothing else. Split the accounts in half and put yours into an account she does not have access to. Stop any direct deposit of your checks. Tell everyone. Do not let this hide in the dark. Don't touch alcohol and join a gym. It is a fantastic way to take the stress away and get into your best shape. Get these 3 books, they are game changers. Cheating in a Nutshell, Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life, Codependent No More. Get a full panel STD check done including AIDS. Guys do not recover well. After 20 years those men that have been cheated on and still in a happy relationship are less than 4%. Good thing we live many years past 100, so that won't matter. You were in this same marriage and didn't cheat. She did. She on the other hand threw away your love as she gave herself to him and did things with him that she never did with you. They always find that out. If you have kids and you choose to raise them in a broken home where a parent is depressed and broken, that is cruel. They need to be raised in two loving homes where cooperative co-parenting is going on. What you had is dead. You will from this point on always have a third person in your marriage as long as you are with her. It will never ever be the same again, and you will never ever look at her the same, much less trust anything she says or does again. Excellent and well put. Thank you and thanks to whoever gave the poster gold, folded hands. But it's so terrible that it had to be said and all the others betrayed, have to get through this horror now. Hope this helps him some, cause it really sucked having to write it, pensive face. Thank you and thanks to whoever gave the poster gold, folded hands. I'd hate for anyone to think it was me, so just FYI, not me, but I thank them for you. Embarrassed smiley face, angelic face, smiley face. Sorry, brother. Ask to see all her electronics and media. Check locations. Insist on a polygraph to get a confession. Get his name, tell his wife right away for a second pair of eyes on them. Talk to a lawyer. File for divorce if she doesn't take substantial reconciliation steps. Like stopping the trickle truth. Most importantly, take care of yourself. How did you find out? Polygraphs don't work. They often are extremely effective as you pull into the parking lot of the firm that gives them. That's what everyone likes to repeat. Not looking for a court of law standard, just need to make the wife's cheeks pucker up enough and stop truth trickling. The op doesn't need one at this point. He knows enough to remove her from his life. That is what he should do. It's time to execute the advice that you have likely given many times. 180, Grey Rock, speak to a lawyer to ensure you understand your rights. Put in place what you require to move forward. Ask for a written timeline, make sure she knows that if any new discoveries happen after that is given to you, then you are filing for divorce. Make her read it to you. If she won't disclose to the AP's BS, then she is protecting him over you. If the AP is a co-worker, she had to change jobs. Full open devices, location policy. She has to tell her family and friends what's going on. Ensure you can distinguish between remorse for causing you pain, and regret for getting caught. If the former you may choose to reconcile, the latter means she will just be more careful next time. First of all, sorry you are facing this. I'm sure you are stunned and numb. Please take care of yourself now, i.e. nutrition, hydration, sleep, exercise, etc. The stress of infidelity pegs the scale and it is cumulative. PTSD in cases just like yours is very real. You are gonna have to take care of some issues immediately. STD tests for you. Start practicing some form of the 180 right away. Find a good therapist for yourself to have an objective sounding board. Make sure they specialize in infidelity trauma recovery. Do not get into marriage or couples counseling right now. As for her, take some time to decide what you want to do. To willfully betray a 25-year marriage is nothing less than catastrophic. Most would say your marriage ended last year. You are just now getting the memo. I tend to agree. The trickle truth, minimizing and lying is part for the course, but it's so destructive. It's also a barometer of her readiness and willingness to reconcile should you choose to do so. Right now she's 1,000 miles from that and is continuing to obfuscate. BTW, you do not yet know if the affair is over. It could well be going on and she's just admitting to part of it to throw you off the trail. See an attorney right away. Regardless of what you decide, you need to know what your rights are. Find out who the affair partner is and if they're married, inform the spouse ASAP. Require her to go no contact with the AP and get an STD test. Some guys automatically get paternity tests for their kids regardless of age because, once a cheater. Tell her you require a complete timeline of the affair with dates, times, places, sex acts, the works, and that you will be verifying with a polygraph. If she balks at any of this, you know where you stand. Again, so very sorry and good luck. Keep posting. No, that's not the end of it. This is the tip of the iceberg and there is most likely other affairs. Get a lawyer, get a therapist, inform family and friends for support, and start your North Carolina. If you decide to work things out. If it's a co-worker, then you inform HR and his significant other. I would do this regardless if you decide to reconcile or not. You schedule for a polygraph test without her knowledge. They can take drugs to later the results. Have a set of questions ready. How many affairs, how many people, sexual acts, flirting, online, nudes, also very important if any of her friends knew and helped cover up and if they cheated as well, etc. Then both of you sign for a separate therapy and marriage counseling. She needs to come clean to everyone and be the one to contact the so in front of you. Complete transparency, make sure to include this in the polygraph if she had deleted and covered her tracks. Don't trust anything she says. Take your time and grief but get support. Personally, I would advise to leave her and scorch earth, but that's me. This is terrible and all too familiar to me. Wife nuked our marriage and family after 15 years this past February. Many here have left you excellent advice. Please heed it. My heart goes out to you and feel free to DM me anytime if you need to talk/vent. Soon she will be joining her divorced friends and they can commiserate in their misery and idiocy together. You're surrounded by lots of traumatic and broken people. Best to remove them from your life and focus on healthier relationships. That includes your terrible STBX. The truth is just starting to get trickled. You can be assured there is more. I feel this so much. 16 years, we were that couple. We were amazing. We were so happy. I was the epitome of a perfect wife. But none of that made a difference, I suppose. My STBXH had an affair that started while I was pregnant and lasted a year. I have had so many lies told to me before D-Day, and so many more since D-Day when he was swearing up and down that it was the truth. I still get trickle truths 4 months out. Caught more lies on Friday, and discovered the depth and scope of his affair. He tried to play it off as we hardly ever saw each other. But he actually took her with him on countless work trips, and on several vacations. While I stayed home and took care of our 4 children and home. I guess I just want you to know that you aren't alone. Hang in there. I'm so sorry that you found yourself unwillingly thrust into this situation. None of us thought we would be in that position. Our crime was trusting someone that turned out to be not worthy of our trust. I am sorry, but we both know that she is still being deceptive by trickle-truthing you while you were having to drag it out of her. That is fatal to a relationship and to any chance of reconciliation should you choose. You are now left with doubt about anything she has said or what she has been doing in the past. Just don't doubt yourself or allow her to blame shift. I am including a link to a site with helpful information. Reach out anytime. Sorry you joined our club. Sure seems like a lot of wives step out on otherwise healthy relationships. Lol, can't help but laugh. This is the one club I thought I would never be part of, but I was so wrong. 27 years of marriage for me. I was you. I was so proud of us having a lasting marriage. We were faithful church members and were 100% against adultery, and it's something we'd never do or even entertain. Divorce was never an option. Then, she did. Then I found out it wasn't the first. Then she left me to move in with AP. Now she is my ex-wife. Now I'm a shell of my former self who is suspicious of everyone and trusts no one. Unfortunate, in the end, it was only you who kept the marriage, it was you who kept your family together, in the end it was you who really loved what you had, while your wife ducked another guy. The bad thing that, everything what did you have died, when this woman chose to duck another guy. Trust died, now your whole story is a farce, Hopefully your children are truly yours, since from now on, the truth does not exist. I recommend that you take some time alone. If it is possible for her to leave the house, she took her choice from her, she should leave her. Think carefully about what you want, don't sweep under the rug, don't turn into a doormat, and please don't dance the choose me dance. It's so demeaning, humiliating, and you don't deserve it, and don't hide it, you haven't done it nothing bad. Real brother, what is your idea, what do you want to do? Sadly you need to talk with an attorney about the impact of a divorce. Have your wife write all the details and timelines, include who is the AP. You will need this. You need to protect your finances. She has a history of cheating. As you are finding out that cheaters will lie. She will spin her cheating into being your fault. She will tell your friends, family and your kids, you caused her to cheat. Tell your children and your family the truth about her cheating. She swore in the altar/civil registry that she would be faithful. And now she swore on your kids and she lied again. How will you ever trust her again? Not that it would excuse it, but if you had been a shitty husband you could have understood her dissatisfaction and you would know what to work on. Once again, even if you were a shitty husband, it is no excuse to cheat. But even you at your best wasn't enough for her. She is broken and she is untrustworthy. Now be that guy that can be decisive enough to respond accordingly. Be that guy who will not tolerate infidelity, lies and deceit. Be that guy who makes it certain that her actions will have consequences. Be that guy who won't be a doormat. Be that guy who is confident enough to leave the marriage and replace that facade of a wife. Be that guy who wouldn't let children be the excuse to continue reconciliation without consistent Godzilla-level effort from your wandering wife. Be the guy who will not lack confidence or break down because it's not your fault. Be that guy who will not do the pick-me dance. Be that guy who wouldn't accept trickle truths and if necessary can go North Carolina for ages. Be that guy who wouldn't let this treachery weigh him down long. Be that guy who will only heal for himself at his own natural time. TC. Your WW has failed to fulfill her vows to you and your family. She chose to lie, repeatedly, even after you caught her, so she now has zero credibility. You're never gonna get over this and you're never gonna trust her again. Had this been a one-time impulsive event that she immediately fully confessed to, there might be a shred of hope for reconciliation, but that is clearly not the case. Get STD tested. If there are children you require DNA tests. Hire an experienced divorce attorney, separate and protect your finances, and get into individual therapy stat. The odds of this being a single affair through the years you've been a couple are minimal. Trying to discover, at this point, when she started lying is impossible. You don't need marriage counseling op, you were quite good at being married. I'm very sorry for your heartache op. So the best thing I can tell you is you would be wise not to believe her. What you know is she can lie to you and to her children. You should assume you don't know the truth yet. She has a motivation to keep it as innocuous as possible. There is probably more and it may not even be her first time. Her words mean less than nothing at this point. Do you know who the person is? If he is married, tell his wife. It's the moral thing to do. Do yourself a favor and go see a lawyer and find out what your rights are, so whatever you do you will know what to expect. Don't hide it either. It's very important that your wife feel consequences, that will take some of the fun of what she did out of it. I know the natural instinct as a husband is to protect her, but she fired you at present, so that isn't your job anymore. Don't protect her, and don't hide it for her. Finally, I know it doesn't feel like it, but you will recover from this. Your life is not over. All I can say is that it sounds familiar. And I wish I did not know how it felt. And I will probably never be able to answer how or why, so you've probably just wasted your time reading this. Lol. Sorry mate. Welcome to the club. Unfortunately, it sounds like your marriage has ran its course, and now you have to focus on the mourning process so you can grieve and let it go of that guy who you used to be. Make sure you protect your interests and your emotional/mental/physical well-being. I'm stuck at your wife swearing on your kids, her kids, and still lying. What does this say about her, as a mother? We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.